All right, guys, I am driving right now to where I work as a real estate agent. And there was a conversation that I had last week with a girl in the office about advertising that has direct carryover into fitness and diet, okay? And the conversation basically went around, we're talking about people who spend a lot of money on advertising. And she's like, well, if I was making that kind of money, I'd spend a lot of money on advertising too. But that's such a backwards thought, okay? These people are not spending a lot of money on advertising because they're making a lot of money. These people are making a lot of money because they're spending a lot of money on advertising, okay? First of all, you're not going to make money without advertising. And second, let's say you were to make a lot of money without advertising. Why would you spend money on advertising if you're already making a lot of money without it, if you don't need it? Why would you waste money, okay, if you're already making the money without advertising? So this makes no sense. And I'm going to talk about how this has a direct carryover into fitness. People are like, well, if I looked like that bikini girl, I would diet all the time and work out too, but I'm overweight, so I'm not going to diet. Okay, or like, well, if a guy, well, if I looked like that bodybuilder or that fitness model, I'd work out all the time too, but I don't look like him, so I'm not going to waste my time working out. Well, it's just like you don't make money before you spend money on advertising. You don't look like a bodybuilder, a fitness model, a bikini chick, something like this, unless you diet and exercise right now in advance. If you diet and exercise like a bikini model or a bodybuilder, you're going to eventually look like a bikini model or a bodybuilder, okay? But you have to put the work in first before you get the results. Because like I said about advertising, if you're making money without advertising, why would you waste money on advertising? And it's the same thing here. If you could look like a bodybuilder or a bikini chick without working out and dieting, why would you work out and diet? It makes no sense. If you just wake up one day and look like that, you're like, hey, guess what? I don't work out or diet and I still look like this. So, what I'm basically trying to say is whether you're in business for yourself or you're a salesman or, independent contractor, and you want to make money, you have to go ahead and, advertise first. You need to pay money you don't have for advertising. Then you'll get the results from the advertising. And it's the same thing. If you're not in shape, you need to work out and diet like somebody who's in shape, okay? If you work out and diet as though you were a real bodybuilder or as though you were a bikini competitor or something, then yes, you eventually will get the results that they get. But it's not like, well, sometime when I make a lot of money, I'm going to spend money on advertising too. You're never going to make money without advertising. Well, if I ever get in shape, I'm going to go ahead and diet and exercise too. You're not going to diet and you're not going to exercise because you're never going to get in shape without dieting or exercising. So like I said, it's like if you've ever watched, if you ever listened to, the old audio program, which is a classic and everybody should, The Strangest Secret, he said basically, what people do is a lot like sitting in front of a stove and saying, if you give me warmth, I'll put some wood in. You need to be cold sitting in front of the stove, put the wood in, light the wood on fire, and when the fire builds up, then you'll get the warmth. But you need to put the wood in first. You can't say, as soon as the stove heats up, I'm going to put some wood in. All right? And like I said, it's the exact same thing whether you're trying to make money or you're trying to get in shape. You got to put the work in first. Act as though you are already the person who's in shape. Act as though you're already the person who's rich. And then you will, by your actions, become rich. By your actions, become a person who's in shape.